let me know if it drops out, because I've got budget net over here in Early Beach. So we'll have to see if my internet can handle YouTube and TikTok at the same time. We'll just have to see. It looks like it's working at the moment. There's a bit of a delay over on YouTube, but I've got the YouTube chat up. There's depending on how you guys want to watch this, it might be better on YouTube. I don't know, because we've only got this in TikTok, and in YouTube we've got this, even though I'm pointing at the same thing, just different things. When's Max going to hit the gym? When I get back to the gym, mate. It's been a minute. I haven't been to the gym in forever. It's been an absolute minute and a bit, to be real. What's everyone up to tonight? I just got caught on a TikTok live with that HS Tiki-Toki. Whoops. Can you just yeet something, please? I love you. I love you. I love you and your content so much. Makes my day. Appreciate it big time. Really do appreciate it big time. Oh, where is... Oh, I'll put it over here now. I've changed up the whole office, so I've got everything like arranged differently. Actually, I'll see if someone's opened this before, and then that way I don't have to heat it up. Do you like the new pack? I seen what you just tried to do, man. I wasn't going to say it, bruh. I'm too quick for that. Way too quick for that, brother. Yes, someone's opened it before. So we can just... I'll get this out the way for you guys. So we can actually... Is that good? Because I can only see like a tiny TikTok screen. So I don't know how big that looks for you guys. But hopefully it looks half alright. 0 views in the YouTube. Hang on, check out this, guys. You ready? Look at this. Right here. Hang on, other side. Is that obvious? And then I can just turn it off like that. I was playing around with that all night, and then I got this one. You ready? Oh, that's... Hang on. You need to actually see the microscope here. So if I flip this one around, I can then just go... switch here, and then we're underneath the microscope like that, and then I can just switch it back like that. What do you reckon? Do we like it? Sick setup. I know, I reckon. I don't know about the video size and shit like that, the audio, how it sounds. I shouldn't really yell with that bathroom door open. Neighbours will hear me through the windy, but now I've closed it, so now I can be a foghorn. What do we reckon, Bart? I can't even see... I don't even know how many people are in there. But anyway, we're going to get into this phone. Oh, look at that. Straight away. Oh, someone's been in there before. Hey, I'm just trying to get this in view. Focus your camera. So it's missing that top shield. Oh my God. Can you focus, please? Focus. Focus. It's not going to focus. Stupid camera. Don't worry. I'll fix it. I'll fix it up. I'll get better cameras. These are just webcams. But there's a metal shield missing there, which isn't good. This phone is not turning on, and hopefully we're going to get a repair. If not, we're going to be able to at least get data recovery. So if something else is cooked in it, we'll just have to see how we go with it. Where am I? Bloody hell, get the right tools, mate. What's the average price for a screen replacement? It depends on what screen you're getting, mate. General repairs start off at like $100 and go up from there. Anything, like, not trying to sound like a dick here, but anything generally that's not making $100 or more for the effort that I put in doesn't really make sense. But, you know, I'm happy to take on whatever. Does that make sense? Got a couple in the YouTube. One in the YouTube. And the battery was disconnected. We're going to just pull off the display, and once the display's off, we will... There's heaps of missing screws here as well. Once the display's off, we'll be able to put it on life support and see what happens when we switch it on, and hopefully we get a boot. How much is senior son from the UK? International postage is around $40 each way, Ozpost. And then from Ozpost to me... You're looking at $100 to you, not $110. 110s including GST. For local customers, because taxes, just repeating myself, but $100 for me to look at it, $40 each way, so we would hope that it's worthwhile. I'm just connecting my cables here for life support and chucking it on 3.8 volts. Why are you doing that? There we go. 3.8 volts, and then we're just going to grab these cables here because they're all neat now. We've got everything sorted, and we're just going to connect this one, the right cable, to this iPhone 8, and we're going to see what happens when we try and turn it on. Where are you? When you know it, right here. I always imagine that you'd have a pile of things. Yeah, typically I do. My place is pretty clean at the moment, man, so I don't have much around me. Just making sure this is off while I connect it. Don't want to plug it in while there's live power. And now we switch it on. And nothing's happening. Oh no, something's happening. She might be turning on straight away. Let's see. I'm going to go grab a display for it. I'll be right back. Hang on. iPhone 8. Come out of there, you dog. There we go. Did you teach yourself? Yeah, I've been doing this for about 8 years. Started off fixing like home Wi-Fi and like printers and all that kind of boring stuff. Once I started making some money, bought some more tools, bought some more parts, started taking on more customers, got bored of that boring stuff, the simple kind of stuff, and just kept going on from there. Started fixing devices about a year and a bit, 2 years into the job. And then from there, found out that you can fix components on the board level. Once we could fix components on the board level, about 3 years ago, I started posting content. And now we're here. Yell at it again. What am I yelling at? Nothing's happening here. We got nothing. It's just sitting at 100 milliamp. A phone that's below 120 is like brain dead. So something's going on with the CPU. It's not able to be able to turn on. So there's power coming into the phone, but it doesn't have instructions on how to turn on. So we're going to pop out logic board. We'll chuck it underneath the scope. There's so many screws missing out of this bastard. Once we got it outside the body, we'll be able to have a look at how damaged it is and what repairs have been done to it. With that shield missing there, that's not a very good start, because that means someone's given it a crack, but it hasn't happened for them. And if someone's given it a crack and they weren't able to make it happen and it's ended up on my desk, that's a lot worse than starting up from scratch. Everyone always asks, like, what's the worst repairs? And it's always someone else's botched job. There's plenty more stuff that you can, well, not plenty more stuff, but things that you get first off that haven't been mangled by someone else are generally a bit easier. Or not so hard. I shouldn't say easier. They can still be hard. But things that are messed up by other people. You know what I'm saying? Kind of just repeating myself. XRs are the worst. No, XRs are good. They're not bad. They're half decent. What's wrong with them? You got it all in a day's work, mate. Yeah, if we can get it fixed. I'm not hopeful, but whenever I see that EMI shield missing from the CPU, it's not the best place to start. Let's just say it like that. Cheers, guys. Jumping in the YouTube. Appreciate ya. Thought I'd keep the YouTube warm and toasty for you. Appreciate it big time, mate. Trying to get that watch time up, bro. Just trying to pop this stupid little clip in so then I can pop this one out. Something's holding in. Oh, dude, I've still got a screw left. Lol. There's like performance anxiety when you're doing this in front of people, like on live. There's like, you're going through your mind while you're trying to talk and shit, and it's just different than doing it on your own while listening to music, you know? Does that make sense? Love your vids, man. Satisfying watching you fix stuff and the commentary. Appreciate it big time, bro. means the world to me. It's still stuck in here. Something's making it stuck. And it definitely shouldn't be. There's nothing there to hold it in. What's going on here, champ? Let's chuck it underneath the scope. We'll have a look. And can we switch? If we switch this one to microscope here, and then we switch here. There you go. Look, now you guys are looking underneath the scope. So, like I just said, there's something holding on to it here when I'm trying to lift it up. Does it look? Just trying to make sure it's in focus for you guys as well. Hang on. Give me a sec. Almost there. Looking good. So when I'm trying to lift this one up, yeah, look at that. There's like glue or some shit holding it right there. What is going on here, mate? Someone's done the back glass before. Yeah, that's all glue from back glass. So they've just caked it in with a bunch of glue, and now that's holding onto the logic board on the back end. So I'm going to have to sit here without pulling on anything, damaging any of those connectors. I'll get a nice blob here, wrap it around the tweezers. Bit of dexterity, if I can, without hitting anything else. Thoughts? What do you reckon about these black circles around the scope? Like, there's nothing I can do about it because then we've got a better viewing range. But I can blow up the image to get rid of the black circles. It's the same thing that I see. That should about almost do it. Yeah, look at this. It should not be like that. All right, we got it out. So now the goal is to have a look at what's going on. And none of this area matters, but we'll just start off at a good spot, move along here. See if we can find any clues of what people have done. That one can come off. This is what we care about because this is where that shield is missing from, and we can see all this water resistant like tape that's left behind. This is the shit. Even here, look at all this crud. Someone's just left that behind. This one's cooked up. So straight away, this shit here, not good. So the only time that you'll ever see all these kind of balls, I'll explain once I get a good view on this. So anytime that you see all these kind of balls around these components, the way this happens, see that just knock off? All this black shit along here, that's epoxy. I actually think someone might have lifted this CPU if we look at it on the side. Yeah, so you can even see those right in here. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see the balls that are off the CPU. They're all the connections. Normally that black shit will run right along here. So all along here. So someone has lifted up that CPU. So just for shits and gigs, let's lift up the CPU and we'll have a look at what damage someone's done. But what I was going to say is all those like balls of solder that are built up over the board, that happens when the board's been overheated. It shouldn't be like that unless you're trying to take off the CPU, which is what I think's happened. So we're just going to clamp it down, and then, like I said, we'll pop it off and we'll see what's going on there. But typically, that could also be the problem. That could be someone trying to lift the CPU and they're no good at lifting the CPU, and then they've caused damage. And then if they've caused damage, we'll be able to find out once the CPU comes up. We'll come in pretty hot at 420. Oh, I should really preheat it first just to be safe. Just a heat gun. Just going to come into the side here like this. Smash it with a bit of heat, mate. But what happens with that solder, because of all that black shit, that's all epoxy. It's there to hold in chips that are a little bit bigger and a little bit of waterproofing and probably some other engineering things I don't really know. But as the board heats up, the solder liquefies and the epoxy expands. And then as that expands, the solder's got nowhere to go because you can't compress a liquid. So then it gets forced out. And once it gets forced out, you end up with those balls which straight away tell me it's been overheated, which is no good. All I'm doing here is heating up the board to hopefully help it out, because you don't want to come into a cold board like I was just about to. Again, I'm doing this in front of people, So it's a little bit different. And I also had the CPU resting right on that metal block, which is not going to be safe. So that's why I've just repositioned it. And I'll grab my... We're also, hang on, you ready for the graphic? Is it doing its thing? I can't see. Oh yeah, subscribe on YouTube. Come on, gang. 300 people in here. What's going on? That's lit. I think that's the most I've ever had. I guess if you do something more than just talk crapola. I'm just grabbing a tool here so I can actually lift it up safely. Do I not even have one on here? Hang on, just one of my... I don't even have one ready. How amateur. Hang on. Where are you, mate? Will that do? Yeah, that will do. 350. Holy moly. Going off, mate. Oh, hang on. Is that graphic? No, that graphic's gone away. Oh, times. That's lit, man. 14 over on the YouTube. 360, mate. Let's go. So again, I'm just going to heat up the board. As I heat up the board, we will then... So this is preheat. I'm just coming in with like 250 degrees, 90 air. And then I'll step it down to like 40, 45 at 420. And we're just giving it a nice prep. Hopefully not going to destroy it. I mean, I reckon what's going to happen is either I'm going to lift this CPU and the CPU is going to be cactus underneath, or I'm going to lift it up and it's going to look perler, and the person that tried to do this originally couldn't finish the job. But we'll find out. We will find out. I just need to grab some of my flux. Flux like helps just solder perform. Flow is what people like me call it. You'll see that the if you look at solder that doesn't have flux on it compared to solder that does, it just moves a lot better. So we'll come in like this, along here, and keep heating it up. And then I'm going to use this tool on the side here to give it a bit of a lift once I can. But again, we're just preheating. What have we got going on in the chat? Thank you for the gifted. Just give me a sec while I concentrate on what I'm doing here, guys. We don't want to fudge it. And now I'll change the temperature in the air. You'll see that when I do this, those balls might start collecting more. I'm not concerned about that because it's already happened. So there's no point trying to stop that. But we're just going to come in and we're going to watch to see what happens here. You'll start to see it bubble and gurgle quite a bit. See that solder just there? It's starting to go shiny. So that means it's nice and melted. And then you'll start to see this guy over here start to do it. This guy over here start to do it. Going to come in like this. And we're just going to wait for it to all be like that. See the ball, the ball forming right here? Come on. Come on, buddy. Just one sec while I concentrate. We're not trying to pry it, because if you pry it too soon, the pads that are still not warm will pull on the board and the CPU, and then you've ruined it. Come on. It's almost there. Oh, she's actually loose. Properly loose, mate. Just going to feed under like this. Lift it up. There's all the back pads underneath the CPU. And then I'm just going to give it a sec while this cools down because we don't want it to connect. And the moment of truth in 1 sec, we'll be able to see what it looks like underneath. And hopefully, I might even just duck this one here for a sec. Get this one out the way. I'll put my heat gun away. And then we're just going to have a look and see what the CPU looks like on the other side. I'll get you guys in focus. So what we're hoping for, our pads aren't pulled. Holy, that looks pretty good. No wonder, like I said, a board stuck at 120 is brain dead. But it looks like someone has tried to lift this before. Otherwise, it wouldn't be that easy. And like I said, it wouldn't have all that crime scene investigation, all that evidence that someone's lifted it. But what I'm looking for is any of these missing is not good. It means that it was lifted improper. But even down here, if we get in real close, that looks good. I just wonder why someone's lifted it and they weren't able to sort it. I'm just going to wait for it to cool down and then I'll give it a bit of a clean, because sometimes you can miss things without it being totally tidy. But it actually looks good. I'm not seeing anything jump out. Nothing. So again, I'll just wait for it to cool down. 21 in YouTube. Appreciate you guys. And holy shit, 565 in the chat. Thank you for the gifted. If we look at it on the side here like this, I'll make sure you guys can see it well. Good as well. Just looking for any kind of like bend, like not bend, but you'll see like often when people try and lift a CPU, there'll be a bit of a kink right here. Oh God, look at that right there. Unless that's just that flux. Make sure it's cooled down. Yeah, she cooled. I'm going to clean it up and then we're just going to have a look at it and see what the G is. See what's happened. Come in with some alcohol. Pump, pump, pump. What are we up to? Where's the chat at? Very interesting. Appreciate it, man. And that alcohol will just help us clean up that flux. Come on. It's messy. And then we'll look at it again on an angle and see if we can see anything sus. I need a polarizer for the scope so it stops doing all that flashy shit. I'm not seeing anything terrible. I reckon it looks... Oh, I don't know. What about that down there? We will see. Nah, she looks good. So then the next question is, to be able to get data out of an iPhone, you need the CPU, the logic EEPROM, and the NAND all intact. So we've got the CPU just here. We're now going to go have a look at the NAND and see what's happened there. The NAND, this is the guy that stores your memory. The CPU, you can think about it like it has a key to be able to access your data. And then again, the logic EEPROM is required for those two to talk to each other, from what I understand. I'm just looking to see if it's cracked or anything, but nah. And then this guy on the iPhone 8 is what actually has your EEPROM in it. Ooh, this big silver block thing. Oh. I don't think that's been removed. I'm not too sure, but that doesn't look like it's been removed. Which means I'm going to take off the NAND and see what's happened there. Because if someone's gone to the effort to take off CPU and NAND but hasn't done the logic EEPROM, it makes me sus on why they would stop that far, like they've already done the hard bit. Doesn't make sense, but we'll see. We don't have to do the same kind of stuff. I mean, we're still going to heat it up, but not as, we're not really that worried about pulling pads on an NAND compared to a CPU. So I'll come in with a different tool here so I can give it a bit of a flip. Trying to get you guys in focus. There we go. All that bubbling's from past flux being left over. But because the EEPROM here hasn't been lifted, I'm actually going, regardless of what this one looks like, unless it's damaged, I'll actually stop there because I want to have a chat to the customer and find out what they think about what history they've got, because I don't have any notes like that. So I'll tell them about Logic EEPROM, what I know about it, why it wasn't lifted, see if they can get any information off the previous guy that had a go. And then we'll go from there. Like that. Ooh. Just wait for that to cool down. Put it on the end there, give it a bit of a flip. And then we're going to do the same thing and just have a look if there's any cracks on the inside from it being lifted. So again, that's your NAND. That's what holds memory. We're just going to have to wait for it to cool down. Thank you for the gifted. Had to come over to YouTube and show some love. Appreciate it. Crack up those views, man. Trying to get partnered. Still pretty hot. Just going to grab myself a water while I wait for that to cool down. Give me a sec. $600. Let's go. Appreciate the follows. Appreciate the gifts, mate. Do you often see damage caused by other repair shops? It depends on where it goes. There's heaps of good people out there, man. But the problem is that people just like go anywhere and then people go, yeah, I'll give it a go. And then when they don't care, it's like rip. But then there's people like me that really do care. But then sometimes I take far too long or put too much effort into something that doesn't, that I should probably not and give up on. But look at that. That looks mint as well. Just make sure. Yeah, everything looks good. Oh, what about that corner there? Is that just a little bit of underfill? I'm pretty sure it's just underfill. Probably just underfill. Yeah. So there's just a little bit of that epoxy that I mentioned on the CPU. That's just been left behind there on the corner. Oh, I'm trying to get it in view here. Why can't... It's going out of view. What's going on? Oh, it's because my head's in the way. Whoops. I want to be over this way then. There we go. Sorry, I'm looking at two different streams. So we've got the NAND and CPU off. And then I just want to have, again, another look at that EEPROM, or the chip that holds the EEPROM information, just to see if I'm wrong and it has been lifted before. I don't think that's been lifted before. Right. So with that one, I'm still going to keep, I'll repair something else, but because that hasn't been lifted before and that NAND and CPU look good, rather than waste my time and try and swap it over to a donor board, which will take many hours into the early morning, I will grab another device, but I need to get in touch with this customer, tell them what's what I can do about it, and then overhead, find out what they want to do, make sure that they're happy for it, because board swap is expensive, but a lot of the work's been done there, so I'll have to give them a bit of a better price. But there is also risk on my end, because I could spend all this time trying to fix something that someone else has mangled. So again, I'll just have to reach out to them. I'm just going to put it all back together like that. That's why I got the screw mat. I'll then pop it in the customer's box, and then I'll have a look at my worksheet and see what I can do next. Give me one sec. I have an iPhone X that died for unknown reason. Like my data recovered. Should we do an iPhone X that died for no reason? Want to do an iPhone X? iPhone X. Let's do it. I'll get into this. Well, don't want to dox the customer. I'll just open it up over here so we can't see that on camera. Where's my knife at? I normally have a knife. Oh, here it is. It's my little shiv right here. What's going on in the chat? Oh, I minimized the YouTube by accident. Soz, didn't mean to do that. 32 viewers in the YouTube, appreciate it. We'll chuck this one down here. And then we're just going to crack it open and see what the go is. I'll turn this one off so it's not so bright. Swap this one back over so I can see you guys. And we'll just crack on. What's everyone up to tonight? What's going on in the chat? Hey, John, how are you, buddy? What's going on? 6, 8. That one there. What tool brand are you using? These are just like generic. These don't have a brand. And then assorted for everything else, man. There's nothing in particular that I go for. It's just whatever isn't terrible to use. Should clean as I go because otherwise it turns into trash real quick. Real quick. Now we'll see without preheating the phone if this one opens up nice and easy. And if it does, then we know straight away she's been opened up before. And it does. So normally you'd have to heat it up because there's like water resistant adhesive all around it. But just lift it up with that suction cup. We're going to wrap it right around. We can then pop it open like that. And then we can unscrew the rest. Pop off the display, chuck it on a life support and see what happens. Thanks for the follow. It's not looking schmick. No, this one looks better than the other one. It's not missing the FPC cover on the CPU at least. Because this one doesn't actually have an FPC cover. The CPU is on the inside. You've got a bottom layer or a bottom board, the RF board, that handles all your like cellular, Wi-Fi and shit. And then your top board has all your data, display and stuff like that. Chestnut, the display driver, thing that turns it on, gives you a backlight, or the OLED power, I should say. Sorry, not backlight. OLEDs don't have a backlight like an LCD. This one and this one. Smash it with a bit of heat. Yeah, we just did. Popped out a CPU and an NAND. You know how it is. So as I'm not reading chat exclusively, because otherwise I'll just sit here talking all the time, even though I already am. But I can do it while doing a repair. This one. And we've almost got the display off. Display off. Oh, SIM card for old mate, the one that I just did. We can pop that there. And then we're just going to chuck this one on life support and see what happens. We'll grab our iPhone X cable. X cable. 35 in the YouTube. Guys, check it out. To the new viewers. Right on my head. Right here. Subscribe. Did it work? Yeah, it's working. I can hardly see the screen, that's all. Thoughts and prayers? This one in the charger. Come on. Get in there, yeah, dog. Like that. And then we will switch it on. And straight away, we've got a 2 amp, was it? We're getting a 1.6 amp draw, which means we've got a short circuit. So because of that, we're going to pop out the logic board. We're then going to spray it with a bit of snow. We're going to see if anything melts on the top. And if it doesn't, we will have to split the board. And then if we've got to split the board, hopefully we'll be able to get a dub. And then I can go to bed, mate. Because what is it? It's 1:30. Yeah, 1:30. Is everyone, most people in here from Australia or where we're at? Hey man, love watching your work. How'd you get into this? I always wanted to work for myself, long story short. IT, you can just say that you're a tech. I don't recommend it, but you can just say you're a tech and get into it from there. Like no qualifications, no trade. I'm not very good at sitting still and doing the same shit. Also, like I said, I'm not academically achieved. So I wasn't going to go to uni, wasn't going to go get a trade, etc. And this is running a business gives you enough liberty to, as you get bored, to add in new things. Ipso facto, go from Wi-Fi printers at home, helping grandma out, to taking on devices, to doing board level work, to doing content. And now hopefully I'll be able to get to the point now, which the plan has been for a while, to be able to stream like a lot on top of making content and the rest of it. This is relatively easy compared to other ones to take out. But again, when I'm sitting here talking to you guys, it's like, it's not stage fright or like anxiety, performance anxiety, but there's just something that goes on in your head. It's like you're not 100% there. You're sitting there thinking about you guys. Like, I wonder if this is entertaining. I wonder if this is cool to watch. Do you know what I mean? You're picking up what I'm putting down? Oops, I don't even have my mic plugged in to the power, and that would be terrible if it all of a sudden just died. I've done that before while sitting here filming a long form piece of content, and then at the end of it, I had like 2 hours of footage and like 75% of it had nada. So I was like, awesome, on it. Can you pop out? This one is also glued to the bottom. What's going on here? 2 in a row. Almost got it. Come on, buddy. Come on. Oh, no, it's not. Damn it. Idiot. I got one last screw at the bottom here. LOL. Guys, just forget that. I was trolling you. I knew. I could see that. Like I said, doing it in front of people, man, is rigged. That's what we're after. Look at that. Oi, F's in the chat for me not knowing that it was still plugged in. LOL. We can go back underneath the scope here. Microscope. Cool. That's lit. That's so easy to do. Is it back to front? No, it's cool. I thought for a second then my camera was flipped like Triller. Come in here. And all I'm going to do, this is all that water resistant waterproofing. It's going to peel it all up. Here. Treat it like a crime scene, see what we can find out. Sometimes short circuits just happen, other times there's going to be liquid damage. Sorry again about the chat. I will have a look in a sec. I went to watch your 20 minutes on TikTok before going to bed and now your live stream came up. Yeah, I'm happy for you, mate. Hang out. Who cares about sleep? You're good. You can just stay awake all night. Especially on the YouTube, man. Let's get that watch time up. Let's get to partnered. Thank you for the gifted. Looks good. So as I keep looking to see how it looks on stream, and all I'm looking for here, again, is any clues, and there's nothing along here. It all looks pretty schmick. Even here. This kind of like marking might be like just how the board is, like just from dirt and shit. This mark here, someone's been here before. Lol. But that all looks good. And then the next one will be just to look at it on the side. We want to see those nice silver balls. Nice balls all along here. Lol. Pun intended. And we're just looking for, again, for like any kind of like cruddy McCrudster to give us a sign of what's happened here. Nothing along here. Nothing along here. Nah, she looks good. So, because of that, we're going to flip this one up, push this one away, flip you guys back here, oh, and that one here. And I'm going to have to chuck it on the oven, the little logic board oven. This guy right here. Where is my... I'll use that plug. How about that? This one here. I just got to grab a cord for it, guys. She goes on here. Nice and in there. And then this one in power. We're going to have to heat it up to about, just chuck it on 200 to be real with you. Some people are like, it only needs 130, it only needs 150. But we crack it on. And then turn that dog all the way up to 200. Oh, before I do that, actually, lol. Again, going too quick. What I like to do is that there's this little standoff screw here. I'll actually chuck you guys back underneath the scope. I haven't seen many people do this, and I've shown a couple of people. Microscope. So, because there's like nowhere to lift. Oh, come on, focus. You're not focusing for me, mate. There we go. Oh, one sec. This camera. There we go. So because there's nowhere to lift up, I actually like to put a little screw in there. I should probably do it off this. How about that? Then I can calm down, mate. Don't have to go a million miles an hour. And now it's back out of focus. Bloody hell. And there's a bit of lag, so I'm sitting there trying to adjust it so it's in focus. And the camera feedback is like a couple of seconds behind, so I'm doing it real slow. Bit of a pain in the backside. There we go. Oh, it's as good as it's going to get. But, like I was saying, there's nowhere to lift up the board once you heat it up because the bottom board is soldered onto the top board. So what I like to do is get one of these screws and just ever so slightly. You're not going to get it all the way in, nor do you want to, because then you'll punch through the board. But just tight, like that. So she's nice and on there. We're then going to zoom out a little bit here. We grab our blade. Where's my shiv? Where's my shiv, mate? Here it is. Found it again. We'll come in with the shiv. We'll shiv this guy up right here. He's cut. And then there's one other. Oh no, that's on the 10S. She's good. Now we can chuck it back on the barbecue. Flip it here. Flip it here. Lit. That Stream Deck app that I've put on my phone makes things so much easier because I'm doing both the TikTok and the YouTube. Sitting there trying to do them both at the same time. When you're clicking there on OBS using like hotkeys, it's not very fun. So again, cranking it up to like 190, 195, 200, and then we play the waiting game. This is a fun bit. I'll read some of your comments and shit while we wait for that to get to 200, and then I'll be able to lift the top board from the bottom board. Thank you for the gifted barbecue. Yeah, it is a barbecue, mate. She's gone, she goes. She's gone. Whoops. Geez, there's a lot of follows and watching from the Philippines. What's digging? Have you ever regretted a yeet? Yeah, I've definitely been like, oh, there's a problem. Pulled it off, and then it ended up not being the issue kind of thing, which is a bit of pain in the backside. Just a little bit of a troll. We do some trolling here. But shit happens. You don't always get it right, you know? OBS is the best platform. Don't know how the actual stream's going. What's the quality like in YouTube and on TikTok? Because, again, I'm in North Queensland and my internet's like budget as shit. I'm like pulling down like 20 megabits. Uploads maybe like 5 to 8, depending on the time of day. So I don't even know if it's able to do it like that. Watching you from Broome, WA, really appreciate it. TikTok's fine, that's lit. I used to use an app, but I brought an actual Stream Deck last week. I was trying to set up macros and shit like that I could put across the desktop, so I could just sit there and use the mouse and it'd be a bit easier. But then what I've done, if I unplug this, I've just set up that on the phone. So you can have up to 8 for free, but I only need 6. And then I can sit there, just tap them and swap them around like that, which is pretty dope, I reckon. Same here, swap it there, swap it here, swap it there, but whatever. I reckon it's lit. And then obviously TikTok, I just have permanently the profile there along with the microscope or the camera shot. We're at 171, guys. We're getting there. It's just that waiting game. It's clear. I love it. Appreciate it. Is this your full-time work? Yeah, man, this is all I do. It's 1:38 in the morning and I'm still going. Have you always worked with phones? No, I've been doing this, the micro soldering stuff probably for about, I've been in business for over 8 years, coming up to my 9th in December. I've been fixing devices. I did everything else in the business for about 1.5 years, 2 years, and then I started doing devices. So you could say about 6 years. But the micro soldering side, maybe about like 4 years, 5 years or something like that. Once I found out you could replace the actual chips and shit, that's when I got into it. But until then, I didn't. Guys, I'm going to hit you with this again. Look, right here on my noggin. We're trying to get, I'm going to keep repeating myself because I'm so keen. We're trying to get to partnered. So you can go smash, what you guys can do when you go to bed tonight, just jump on the YouTube. What's going on there? What are the YouTube's way behind in delay. I didn't actually realize it was that far behind. What you can do tonight when you go to bed, you can pick the longest video on my channel and just leave it on repeat on like 10 devices. We're halfway to partnered, 2,000 watch hours, and we're there. Thoughts and there we go, beep, beep. And now what we do, if I swap you guys here, and microscope here, turn this one on, come in, oh, come on, mate, want it nice and positioned, and then grab some of my flux, which I left over here from the last one. And again, flux helps solder flow. So I just squeeze out a little bit here like this. And then I'll let the surface tension just grab it on the side. Because there's balls of solder holding in that top board to the bottom board. So by coming around like this, it's going to let us lift it up much, much easier. But again, you can probably tell, even if you're not a repairer, why I put that screw there. Because where else are you meant to grab this board from? You know what I mean? Flip it around. I should probably not be breathing this shit in, but YOLO. Just one sec. Going like this, and along here. You can see why my barbecue is so dirty. And then we're coming with our tweezer, mate. Grab this one here. And we get a lift off. I said we get a lift off. There we go. That one comes off. Separate it. And then flip this one out of the way for a sec. Switch you guys back here while we just let that one cool down. I'll switch this one off. Don't want to move that one because that one's going to be like kind of tacky because of the flux. And if I start to bend it, you can disconnect chips and shit like that. And then I need to remove this screw so I can flip the board around and we can have a look at what's going on here. That one's out. And we can come back. Oh, I might even just get this one out of the way as well. Oh. And flip. And then we can do the same thing. We'll just come in, start looking for some evidence. This guy's getting real tight now. Come on. There we go. How's that look? No, it's still out of focus. I need to figure out, maybe once I get a capture card, the lag will go away. Because right now, it's all going through like budget connectivity. And then you guys won't have to watch me do this like pulling teeth. There we go, but. So we're just looking for anything that looks dodgy. Dodgy McDodgerson along here. And then we'll be able to hopefully get rid of it, yeet it away, get a booted phone, and then we're groovy. So you can see, obviously, there's no balls like the last phone we had a look at along these bits, except we've got a bit there. Now, that's not from me because I'm not heating it up enough, but that tells me straight away where the problem is because I'll just make it real obvious what I'm talking about. These little guys here might be the issue because it's isolated right here. If this guy failed and got real hot, then we end up with the short here and then cactus. Kumbaya. But we're still going to have a look. Oh, I thought that was a crack for a second, but it's just a bit of pube. Bit of pube, mate. It actually all looks good, but except for that little ball over there. This is fine. I'm just being a tool, not that ball. Talking about this guy here, just to be clear. Flip it around. Everything looks good. So now, once this gets in focus again, now that we got it there, I'm going to plug it into power. I'm going to smash it with a bit of snow. And then we're going to see if this guy over here, this is our PMIC, so Power Management Integrated Circuit. If this guy gets hot, that's not good news for the iPhone X. Typically what happens, because this guy's responsible for so many different lines, when he fails, he can pump incorrect voltage into this guy. And when this guy fails, not only is the phone dead, but data's gone. So hopefully that's not the case. Just waiting for him to cool down. He feels nice, I guess. Nice. But we'll see. We're going to chuck it back into power. We're then going to flick it on. After we smash it with a bit of, not heat, make a bit of a blizzard, mate. Thoughts? Thank you for the gifted. Flip it around like this. Oh, that's the 8. What am I doing? See, I'm not even thinking right. Jeez. Flip it here. Chuck it on there. Get this dog connected. Come on, mate. Like that. And then, oh my God. And then it just disconnects straight away. Thank you. Thank you. Flip it here. Ignore those exposed wires. That's just me thinking that I got a problem with my tools and then exposing them myself. But I don't. I need something to pin that down. I need something heavy. I don't want it to go kumbaya, because if I let go right now, it's going to go flying. I got it. All good. Don't stress. This big block looking thing, we can just pin him here. And now we can make a bit of a blizzard. And again, we're hoping that this chip here isn't the guy that gets hot first. I'm trying to get you guys the best view. I guess that's going to be about it. Can we get a better angle? Oh, there we go. We can get a better angle. Like that. Oh, I'm in the way. Hang on. I've got to flip it around like this. Sorry, because I'm looking at the TikTok as well. And then I'm dealing with lag. Hang on, almost there. All right, cool. That's good for YouTube and for TikTok now. So I'll grab some of my freeze spray. Not that one, because that cap's busted. We'll grab this one. Pin it down. Make sure. You ready? Make a bit of blizzard, mate. And then we're going to flick it on once it gets all frosty. See that? Oi! So we're going to find what he's connected to. Which is good. It's not the dude that I was stressing about. But, what is he? He's a coil. Oh no, he's a MOSFET. That's a MOSFET of Tigris. Tigris is our charger chip for this one. So that doesn't necessarily mean that that's our problem, because the MOSFET, I'll have to have a look at schematics, but that MOSFET isn't connected to ground. He's just the smallest dude on that line. So I'll wait for that to melt away. Give me a sec while I quickly pull up schematics. And then I'll tell you guys what I reckon. Hey Max, are you also on TTV? What's TTV, man? You have to please explain what TTV is. Hit it with some alcohol. Come on. Don't worry about, I always get asked, like, are you concerned about all that water? And it's just condensation. And then you just displace it again with alcohol anyway. Once the alcohol's all over it, the water comes off, you can dry it up, and then she's good to go. Follow the host. Thank you, Twitch TV. No, I've never given Twitch a go. What's the distinction between like Twitch and YouTube? Because I personally feel like YouTube and TikTok's, well, first of all, TikTok's my home. There's no reason for me to be on Twitch, or am I wrong? Do you think I should be over there? Please explain if you have a counter. Tell me why it would be beneficial. Sorry guys, just one sec while I pull this up. I'll have to figure out down the track how I'm going to be able to show you guys schematics as well. that MOSFET is obviously VDD main and the battery. So it's anything on those, which I already kind of knew, but I was just confirming. But we're going to wipe this down. We're happy that it's not that dude over there. Except, before I just assume that, come on, get up. I'm going to have a quick look at, flipping back around. I'm going to have a quick look at that again and see what that cap is on the end there of that PMIC. VDD main. That cap on the side of that PMIC, right? I'll show you guys. This dude right here, he's VDD main, which is our main power line. So seeing him all balled up like that is making me sus on him. He could be the issue. He might not be. We don't know. Twitch is really good. Yeah, but why? Like, Twitch doesn't seem to be like evergreen. Like, you post content on YouTube and it's always there. And TikTok has provided me with more opportunity and support than any platform ever has. So, like, I feel like TikTok's my home and YouTube just makes sense. I don't feel like there's ever going to be a time without YouTube. I feel like Kick, Twitch, and all these other things will be able to compete. I'm not saying YouTube's forever. There definitely could be something in the future, but who knows? What I'm trying to say is I don't see the point to go Twitch over YouTube. Where YouTube, man, if I could be partnered on YouTube, get to a point where I'm just posting content all day and doing my work, dude, I'm the happiest dude alive, I promise. Promise. So I'm going to do that same thing again, but this time I'm going to inject voltage, because the reason why, that I'll explain once it gets in focus here. So this MOSFET here, this is a guy that makes your battery power turn into main power, but this is the chip that lets that happen. So this guy's like a door, you could say, and then this guy's the chip that does the charging. So this guy is the shortest dude, the thinnest dude, which is why he gets hot first. So if we're trying to inject power through the battery connector, we're always going to see him get hot first. But then if I inject voltage directly into the line, say VDD main, then hopefully we'll be able to see what else gets hot. But to do that, I'm going to have to grab some cables, some probes and shit, mate. These cables right here. Alligator clips and shit. And then my probey probe. We'll frost up the board and then we'll be able to see what happens. Red, black. And I'll turn it down because we don't want to blast it with battery power, which is 3.8 for this. 3.8 to 4.4, but 3.8 safe. 2 volt, 2 amp, come along here. So 1 here, 1 there. I'll come out a bit, you'll be able to see it. And then I'm just going to grab my probe so then I can actually touch something without risking causing a mischief. And then I just have to see what gets hot first. And hopefully we'll be out. I'm hoping that it's that cat. I'm hoping it's this guy here because he's the guy that looks a little bit sussy. But again, we won't know. 63 in the YouTube. Appreciate you guys. Absolute G. Thank you for the gifted. Come here. I'll chuck this one on the end of this dog. I'll show you guys what I'm doing. So I'll just connect the alligator clip to the end of this probe like this. So then that way that guy can touch the line that I'm trying to test. And then this guy just needs to touch ground somewhere that's safe. So it will be right here. Like that. So he's on ground. I could also do it over here. Actually, I'll even do it over here. Screw it. Like that. And then we just need to clamp him down. Put him in a clampy position so he doesn't go flying when we freeze him. Man, I need more distance between what I'm working on. Like this. Holding him down. And just, oh, come on. Get straight, mate. like that. So he's nice and clamped in. And then we'll just start off on a nice area of the board, somewhere where you can see. And then I've just got to pick a place that I'm going to inject voltage once I get it nice and frosty. So 1 sec for that. True, this sort of content people wouldn't look for on Twitch, YouTube, they would. The exposure is much better here. Appreciate it, I actually agree, but I wasn't able to articulate that. I need a VDD main, I need a safe main. So I think that that's going to be our best. Oh no, this group of pads over there is main. So I'll show you guys. This area here, all these pads here, these are main. So if I touch the red probe here, we're going to complete the circuit and then hopefully find what gets hot. And it's safe. So what I mean by safe, if let's say this is main down here, if I'm sitting here trying to touch this, there's too much other shit around. So time for a frosty again. And I'm not seeing anything. I'm kind of seeing something here and something just moved here. Come on. Nothing. Maybe. Oh, maybe there. I'm going to try that again. I'll put less voltage, a little bit more amperage to hopefully make it come up. This area over here as well. But then again, the board can just heat up on its own. So you can get a little bit trolly sometimes. A little bit trolly. Before I freeze it, I need to remove that the condensation, because otherwise it just turns into a mess. So it's a bit rigmarole. Obviously, the TikTok content makes this shit look a lot quicker. 71 in the YouTube. Appreciate you guys. You're absolute mad lads. And 550 in the TikTok. This is all-time high, guys. Appreciate it. Never before. Should get rid of this for a sec. Get out of the way, dog. Thank you. Can you... What do we got? Get a lot of follow the host. What's going on? Follow the host. Appreciate it big time. Thank you for the gifted, Luke. Rookie. What's rookie? Man, that YouTube stream's way behind the TikTok one, eh? All right, we might be able to find it this time. Now, the other thing that can happen is even once I've got this off, we'll actually find, oh my God. How about this? We'll actually find that the short is under this guy, which can be a bit of a pain. It can be under any of this like black, I don't know what to call it, waterproofing, I guess. It's not epoxy, but it's some kind of like gluey shit to protect it from getting wet. How long does one of your TikToks actually take to make? Honestly, I can bang them out in like 5 minutes, and then other times I can spend like, bro, I try and, typically I don't post a TikTok if I filmed it over a couple of days, because like continuity goes out the window. Like it sounds so funny to say like this, but it needs to be like a vibe on my end. Like I actually am just moving with it. Like it doesn't feel like I don't sit down and go, how am I going to make this piece of content? So it's got to feel right. And when I'm sitting there for days on end, like trying to put something together, by the time it's like halfway through, I just sit here and go, oh man, this is shit. But yeah, a couple of minutes up to like a full day, man, even if it's only like a 2-minute video. And that doesn't define the actual length of the TikTok either. Sometimes they're just longer because I want to make them longer. Other times they're shorter because there's no reason to yar on too much. Other times I feel like yarring on. Well, there's a friend over here. Just from Ron. See ya. Chuck in here. And then we're going to try that again. But like I said, We're going to come in with slightly more amperage. And a little bit less voltage and see what happens. See what happens. We're going to connect this guy here again. And then let's give it a round 2. Oh, can you focus, mate? Focus. Thank you. Try that again while I got this one handy. Oh. I am not seeing anything there. Nothing. Oh, see that? Bang, mate. Did anyone else catch that? Because I almost looked away and missed that. That's the dogger right there. He would not pop up like that unless he's a problem. Please tell me in the chat someone else seen that. Stop. You need to stop. What do I need to stop? Stop. Do you not see the board, the crack in the board near the main hole? What crack in the board? Are you guys trolling me? You missed it. It was out of shot. Missed it. Seen it. No, it wasn't out of shot. It was off screen. How? Oh, no, it was for the TikTok. Mother. Hang on. I need to stop for a sec because people are telling me, yelling at me saying I need to stop. What did you guys see? All in a day's work, mate. It's the one that I pointed out before with the balls on the end of the cap. Did you guys see something that I didn't? You're telling me that there's a crack in the board? Are you guys text? Because if you've seen something that I don't see, then we can have a look. But from my understanding, from what I've seen, there was no crack in the board. How do you measure a MOSFET and know they work? Very rarely come across a MOSFET that doesn't work. Oh, I thought I just lagged out for a second there. Hang on, I'm going to stop. It was off on TikTok. Sorry, guys. I'll try and pay more attention. It was this dude that I blamed before. He went blame. Because it's not, I would love to do it for like entertainment value to like keep injecting voltage, but we're trying to get data. Unstable internet video will automatically be adjusted. Uh-oh, tell me if the video just went sideways. It's not wise just for entertainment for me to sit there and keep doing it. We're just trying to get a fix. So I'm sorry. I'll try and make sure that I've got it on both next time. Pretty quick. Cleanest the board has been since it was in China. Lol. Followed the host. Who's telling me to stop? Where are you guys telling me that? Where's you guys in the chat? They were telling me to stop. You need to have mods, mate, for the trolls. Which trolls? Are there people in here saying shit? You talk like Hayden Peterson. He is a photographer from Melbourne. Really? YouTube hasn't had any hiccups. Awesome, man. Appreciate it for letting me know. Put 120 volt through it. Oh, you're talking shit, mate. Bro, you had me stop. Because I'm sitting there going, what crack in the board? Yeah, I'm not listening to that shit. It makes me paranoid, though, because, like, it's one thing to put content out there, but obviously I have the luxury of, like, being in charge of it, like, curating it. When you're doing shit on live, like I did before, like, have that screw still in when I'm sitting there trying to take out the board. That's, like, amateur. And then when people are like, stop, I'm like, for a second there, I'm like, what are you telling me to stop for? Panic mode. So this dude here with the balls, he's the one that melted. We're going to come in and we're going to get rid of him and see what the go is. No, there was. Or it was plastic coating. There definitely was no crack. So crazy, this reaches all over the world. Social media is crazy. I reckon, man, it's bloody hectic. You guys ready for this? Because I know that if there's a tech in the chat, they're going to hate what I do. But I'm not going to I'm not going to attempt to try and heat that cap off. I will hit it with a little bit of low melt to hopefully help it out a little bit, but I don't want to come near that PMIC with all that underfill that close to the CPU with heat. It's not wise, so I'm literally just going to knock him off. Knock him off, mate. I'll chuck a little bit of low melt on him and see if that does anything. Helps me out. But get ready to get angry in the chat if you are one of those texts that are like, don't rip off caps. Mate, we're after the data. I'll do what I want. Don't tell me what to do. Do you know what I mean? Flux it, heat it, and yeet it. I reckon it isn't going to hurt. iPhone 13 front back camera. What do you reckon? I reckon you need to send it in, mate. Drop us an email. I employ Jessica and obviously myself to answer those, but you should shoot us an email because it's a little bit hectic coming up with all these prices. I'm just chucking on some low melt here to come in like this. Touch him there. Touch him there. Only just to hopefully soften him up, but not much is going to really happen with that. And then I'm going to come in with the tool. With the tool. Not this guy, because I like him. I don't want to damage him. Come in with a blade. How about that? Something I don't care about. No, not that as well. One sec while I find a tool that I can do this with. How about that? I'm going to come in like this. We're just going to give it a bit of a nudge. Bit of a nudge. You know what? I'm even going to take it off this board holder. Because stuff that. I'm going to come in, control it with one finger, hit it with the other, and hopefully just flick him out. I know it looks rough, but again, we're going for data. I can replace it once I get data out of there. Come on, you son of a bitch. You can't do that. You're going to damage it. Now, the hard part is, sorry, my finger's in the way. Almost got him. Bloody hell. Where's the chat going off? Mate, he's ruining it. This is not how you do this. Go watch my content, man. Get yeeted. I don't know what to tell you. This is how I do this. Enjoy yourself. Almost got him. Where is it? Where's the people? Lol, stay mad. Lol, get out of the chat, mate. About to give you a 30-day ban, bro. Enjoy. Oh, not that dude. This is not how you do this. Bro, go get some work, man. Show us how it's done, bro. Get amongst it, bro. Start. Oh, that guy's also flimsy. Where are all my good tools? If I just picked up the same one. Yeah, I did. Mother sucker. Where are you? Where are you? Sorry, guys, just one sec. What are you doing so late? I'm getting this data recovery done, mate. Hopefully. I can't even find my good pry tool. Oh my god, I'm just going to chuck another one of these heads on then. One sec, guys. This is not how you do this. Bro, I struggle with zero. Oh, you're actually tech. No, I can do that, man. But the one thing that I'm not going to do when we're trying to go for data again is risk heating that PMIC up, even though I probably wouldn't. But again, I can get data out. I can then do the job proper, clean it up, the whole area up, and then, yeah, get the bag. Secure the data, then clean it up, make it all good. All in a day's work, mate. And then you guys can go, this is not how you do this. Thoughts? Do you guys agree? Or are you all sitting here going, nah, 5 p.m. in the UK. Do you take ship-ins? Do you want to ship something in after you watch what I've just done here? I don't know. You might want to send it into old mate going,
This is not how you do this.
Come on, buddy. Come on. I hate these. I'm not going to lie, I'm sweating up a storm. Come on, mate. Oh, so close. Bruh. Son of a bitch. I'm literally pouring sweat. I'd be fine if I wasn't doing it on stream. Because could you imagine if I just slip and damage the PMIC? I would literally just cry. Get the bag, clean the log, lol. Like the dentist, I trust you with the hard drive from the CIA. Just yeet it off. Is it possible to fix? I'm not touching surface. I don't think this is how you do this. This is not how you do this. This is how I do this, mate. Trust. Trust. He's gone quiet. He's getting serious. Come on, buddy. Guess what? I'm now going to smash it again with some low melt now that that's exposed. And then hopefully yeet the guy out of here.
This is not how you do it.
I'm just going to keep saying that. Soz. Soz. Deal with it. I love it. Just yeet the whole thing. No, I'm trying to get the data, mate. Once we get the data, then we can yeet the whole thing. Come on, buddy. Come on. Bro. I'm going to lose it. He is right, though. While I'm bagging him out, he is right. There's a right way and a wrong way. But this is the safest way. So get wrecked. So as well, I pay attention. So I stop sweating up a storm here. Come on, mate. Oh, bro. I could just keep scraping him away, but that's all definitely not ideal. There we go. LOL.
This is not how we do it.
And look. Yeet! But now you ready for this? And it goes,
you're going to pull pads. You're going to destroy the board. You're going to hurt it.
I don't know about you, bro, but that looks like that underfill and those pads are completely fine. It actually looks like the cat left behind its feet there. I thought it was all in a day's work. It is all in a day's work. But what's interesting here, the moment of truth, when we take the multimeter, run the iron over the pads. Yeah, I know that, bro. Can you fix a stream deck? I could give it a crack. I don't know if you'll want to send me something after watching me just butcher a board like that. You might want to send it to old mate. I'll just see through the multimeter if we've still got a short. Because even though that cap could then just be another small part. Hang on one sec. Oh, wait. We know what the VDD main is, this dude right here. So if we touch him. No beat. See if we come here and here. Ground. No beat. This is our positive. One sec. I'm just going to confirm that. Because I don't want to get trolled, put it all back together, and then someone goes,
I told you, you ruined it.
Come over here. This guy... Hang on. Now I'm getting confused again because I'm looking at it the other way around. Up here. That guy next to the coil. So this guy right here. No beat. Short gone, brother. Short gone, bro. But that doesn't mean it's fixed because we had a short right next to the... It wasn't the PMIC. It was the cap right next to him. The guy that I said that looks sus. So we're going to clean it up. We're going to chuck it in our caddy. Or not caddy, in our board holder. And then we're going to see what the go is. Why can't you replace the power management IC? Is it... Nah, so the power management IC is not paired. But see how he's got all the epoxy right here? And he's right next to this guy. By the time you heat him up enough to not pull any pads, it's pretty tricky to not melt this guy. The way I actually remove PMIC on these guys is I scrape off the top layer of the chip to expose the material underneath the cover of the IC. Once the cover is hang on, switching you guys back to this one. Once the cover is off, I then use wick. I cover the wick in solder. I then smash the wick with an iron, and then I scrape it up that way because then I'm not using raw heat onto it, and then hopefully there we're good. But I've just got to grab my... One sec. I'm just grabbing my socket for the iPhone X so I can chuck it in there because we're not going to bother soldering the two boards back together. We're just going to get a boot. Oh, so I got my tool here. Where's the guy? I want to see where the troll's at. Well, not the troll, but the dude that goes, that's not how you do this. So as I keep repeating myself, I'm a tech and I don't think you should rip caps off. Well, you shouldn't. You should definitely do it proper. But you tell a customer, hey, man, I was trying to remove it completely safe without damaging the board because I wanted to keep your board perfect. And in the process of trying to keep it perfect, I heated the CPU. Where did I put that board? Oh, here. I heated the CPU too much. And now not only is your data recovery going to cost far more, but I may have completely ruined your chances. So an iPhone X to me, I've got a bucket of them. Let's say I destroy the board. I can replace a customer's iPhone X, but I can't replace their data. So, ipso facto, plus I'm the boss. And you can rip caps off. I've been doing this so long, and I know people have their opinion, and they're like, it's not professional, it's not this, it's not that. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect, guys. Get off my case. So all I'm doing here is chucking this thing in a rig so I don't have to solder it all back together. And then I can clamp her down. And then if we can get a boot, we're good to go. What do we reckon? No, I'm just not that guy that comment, that's not how you do that. Over and over and over. What? Are you, Hypernut, are you having a go at me? Come on, bro. I thought we're friends. F's in the chat if this doesn't work out. Chuck this one on here. On here. Oh, I'm like switching it on. Nothing's happening. But I've still got my alligator clips in life support. Lol. Lol. I guess I don't know. That's not how you do this either. You get that in the big jobs. One sec. We got that connected, that connected. We just need to chuck on the display. Oh man. I'll switch you guys back to this one. Ooh. Just so I can show you up, because this is a pain. Overhead. Hang on. Whoops. Why isn't that coming back to overhead? Hello? Oh, microscope. There, that's what I'm trying to do. Because that is right in here. This is another one. People are going to go, that's not how you do this. Possibly if there's text in the chat. Well, can you just focus, mate? Thank you. I'll show you. You guys are going to hate this as well. Because I've got to feed this cable right in here. Can you, like this? Move out of the way. Thank you. Feed this cable like this. Touch him with the tweezers. You can't do that, mate. You're going to hurt it. That's not how you do this. You need a cable extension. Yeah, well, I don't know what to tell you, mate. I don't do it that way. And then now I'm going to struggle being a smart ass. Come on, mate. Bro. L's in the chat for me. Oh my god, I'm getting this out of the way for a sec. Lol. Mans can't even get this connector on. Can you just clip on now, Budge? Budgie? Budger? Clip in your dog. Maybe it's in. I don't know, we'll find out. Lol. Nah. Oh my god. Lol. There we go. That felt right. Oh my god. I'm going to do this one first. How about that? Lol. Again, the performance anxiety. Can you please just clip in, mate? Clip in. Thank you. Everyone in the chat having a go. I'm going to go through that chat. If you guys are having a go, I'm going to find out where you live. And then when I find out where you live, oh my god. I really should have a cable extension, but I broke it the other day. Rip. So it is how you do it. And that's why I said that's not how you do this. Hold there. Thank you. This one comes up here. I'll get out the way then. Wrap this one around. I'm looking at the chat now. Who's having a go? Do a FlexGate repair. Yeah, I've done it. I posted about FlexGate the other day. This one in. One sec, guys. Overhead, overhead. That one there. Come on. It's like Tetris, origami Tetris. Almost got it. Hold it there. Switch it on. No short. Oh, that's not how you do it. Do you know what that is? That's an Apple logo. That's all in a day's work, mate. Hang on, I've got to turn it off before it turns on, because then it might have, I don't know what the background will be. We don't want that to be on stream. I don't want to be responsible for it. Now that I can pay attention to chat, I want to hear you say it. I'm sorry, man. That is how you do it. Well, mate, hang on. I should have done it. Hang on 1 sec. All day's work, mate. There you go. I did it. My neighbours are hating me. That's so satisfying. Yeah, man. It really is. Hi, mate. I'm back from work. I haven't seen you live stream in a bit. The live streams are coming. They're coming hard. What about the poly... I can't read that. Polymer tape. What about the polymer tape? What are you talking about? You mocking the haters that got me. I'm not mocking them. I'm joking with them. It's just funny when people I hear it all the time. They're like, that's not how you do it. Not just there in repair groups and shit like that. There's plenty of ways of butchering shit, but then there's more than one way to skin a cat. And what we're after here is data, and we got it. So, I don't know. W's in the chat, I guess. I guess W's in the chat. But because it is 2:20, I reckon I'm happy to chat shit for a little bit, talk to you guys, but I am going to sign off I guess, soon. I'll clean up the desk while I talk crap, read a bit of your comments. Thank you for the gifted. Where's the old mate that was actually saying that? I want him to see that it fixed. Deserves another 3K likes. I can't even see how many likes are in here. Do likes even matter? I don't get it. Why do people go likes in the chat? Like, people are, hang on, profile cam. There we go. Why do people go Burko for likes in a live? Like, they don't, what do they do? It's 2:22 here. Yeah, 2:22 on my end as well, bro. I'm in Queensland. If you're not bodging it, you're taking it too serious. Yeah, 100. Dude, I had someone the other day comment on one of my FlexGate videos, and they were like, looks pretty bodgy to me. And I was like, yeah, well, you know what? You go read my comments and I mean this with peace and love and nothing bad. There's a fair few there. I generally get positive comments. People going, man, you're a genius, you're this. Go find me a comment where I turn around to someone and go, yeah, I am. Every time I'm like, I'm just an idiot. And I mean it in a loving, endearing way, like joking. But I'm like, nah, dude, anyone can do this. You spend enough time doing anything, you get good. So it's like one of those things, hang on. It's like one of those things, just make sure that that's turned off as well, where it's like, I never said that I'm like pro. I know that that's not like the professional kind of way, that there's probably better ways to do it. And there's definitely people out there that would refuse to do that kind of stuff, that can do it every time without risk because they're that talented. But that ain't me, man. I'm a Queenslander in Airlie Beach doing this shit. You know what I mean? The algorithm. Oh, I love that. The algorithm. That's funny as shit, man. Likes helps makes your life pop up more. Just keep tapping the screen. We'll get a one of those battles going. That's so lame. I don't know how people just throw their money at shit like that. I'm like, what are you doing, mate? You know what I mean? I'm just dismantling everything here. 3:30. Now that the repair's done, everyone's like, oh, well, the fun's done. Time to evacuate his life, mate. I appreciate you guys hanging out while you did, but thank you for the gifted. Can you unlock iCloud? Nope. I wouldn't if I could. I feel like it would incentivize people to do dodgy shit. So it's like, yeah, it's not for me. Hey, I'm just chucking some shit in the bin. What's the oldest, newest phone you've repaired? I've done an iPhone 14. Soz, I'm trying to do two things at once, and I'm not very good at multitasking. I'm going to stop cleaning up, and I'm just going to read comments, and then I'm going to sign off in 5 minutes, because then that way I'm putting a deadline on it, and I won't sit here getting caught up all night. But I appreciate you guys jumping in while you did. Thanks so much. I honestly really appreciate it. That's so dope. Can't believe it. It said 47.2k likes. Is that good? Is 47.2k likes good? I appreciate it. Hey, can you fix my life? Mate, I'm busy trying to fix mine. It's flat out. Bro, what is next? It's finished. Yeah, I'm done. What do we stream for? What's the length of time on the stream? I can't see that either. Oh, an hour and a half. I tried to do an iPhone 8 that had CPU already lifted, and then I just did an iPhone X. I'll do another one tomorrow. And tomorrow's Friday. We'll just keep smashing it. And tomorrow, I'll make sure that I haven't made a TikTok now in a week since last Friday. So I'll make sure that I make content. I'll post that during the day, and then I'll jump on live again. How about that? What's digging? How much is your FlexScape? I charge $440 for FlexScape, unless that there's some unknowns. $440 is a flat fee. I know it's not the cheapest, but I'll cover it for FlexScape. So if it ever happens again, I don't care the length of time. I'll cover it because I stand by my work. And yeah, I think it's good value. Do you do podcasts? No, I want to do a podcast. Would you guys listen to me talk shit like this? Go on, hype me up in the chat. What time you live tomorrow? I'll try and do it earlier. I'll post it on my Instagram. Give you guys a bit of a heads up if that's good for you as well. I've fixed phones before. Where did you do your training? Here. I mean, not exactly here. I used to live with my brother. I did it in his spare room. And now I'm doing it here. I've had help like along the way, like Facebook groups and shit like that. But I've never physically had someone like standing over me being like, this is how you do it. That's not how it works. You just got to go. Just go ham. And then you have people in the comments going, that's not how you do it. Why are you up? Aren't you in QLD? Yeah, this is what I do, mate. Shout out to the Philippines. What's digging? The bundle of cables you have plugged into your power supply. What are those and where can I buy? These are called iPower. If you Google, I can't pronounce a word, but if you Google iPower Pro Max, you'll find them. They're the ones that you want, man. The only thing is that they come desoldered. So if you buy them, you've got to solder the ends on. But that's good because then as they get shagged from use, you get to replace them. And typically if you're buying that, you should should be able to solder, but you probably do. I so like your content. And you call yourself Appreciate it, brother. Really means the world to me, Jake. Thanks so much, bro. I cannot fix broken hearts. I can give it a go. We can go out for a seafood dinner, but only if there's no seafood included. I can't do it. The seafood cannot be in the seafood basket. Can I have the seafood basket without the seafood, please, is what I'm trying to say. Does that make sense? Can I ask you a super important question about an iPhone? Go for it, Brad. Where did you find your schematics? ZXW for iPhone and shit like that, and then forums like Bad Caps and shit like that for Mac. Just go find the board number. Like, there's a board there, but you get it. Go find the board number, Google that, Google board, you put board number in, schematics and board view file, and then you go hunting for it online. Love your content, Max. Keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate it big time, man. Can I buy you a beer next time in Nelly? Let's go, Rabs. For sure, brother. I've done a screen for one tonight. On you, man. Hope you smashed it. Max makes the best vids. Trust. Oh, truth. Trust, mate. Isn't it, Shan? All the day's work, mate. Love your stuff. Does it piss you off when you change a screen and a battery, that unknown part comes up? No, as long as you educate I see people bitch about that shit all the time, and I tell customers about it, and they don't have drama. As long as you like communicate with people and tell them, hey, this is what's going to happen, and explain why it happens, then it's fine. It comes down to communication, you know. All the day's work, mate. Do you code at all? I'm teaching myself Java at the moment. I'm trying to build an application to read schematics. Not because I think I can do it better, but there's just certain functionality that I want to... There's good things about ZXW. There's good things about the software that I use for Mac, but I want them, and I want to do something else. I like the idea of building the software to be able to have like a comment rated system like Reddit, like where the good comments fall to the top. So say, for example, you're repairing something, you could have it connected to like a database where people can leave comments on like, oh, backlight doesn't work, try these. And then the good results get voted to the top. And then that data is spread across everyone in the application. So then that way, when you're a newbie, if you're like, oh, is 50 volt good for this line, or is X volt good for this, or should this turn on? It will actually tell you, or at least have, again, a voting system. I don't care about making money. I just want to, I do. I love making money, but provide value. Make money as a consequence, you know what I mean? Like a Stack Overflow of hardware repairs. What? Smart idea. Yeah, a stack. I'm not sure what a Stack Overflow is, but yes, I think. Can you clear iCloud? There are people that can do it, especially on an iPad, but I don't do it. Open source it. I want to do it how I will do it if I'm able to do it. It's not something that's high priority, but I am getting involved with it. If I can do it, I'll keep it to myself. It might come with a little bit of a once-off fee or something. It just depends on the effort, the value that I think it presents. But mostly what I like to do is the same thing with the content. I'm not doing this to go get deals for like ads and stuff like that. I've only ever worked with TikTok and Telstra, things that make sense to me. Really, the idea to me is put out good content that people like, that I enjoy putting out. And if a consequence of that is work, then awesome. If it just means that people like to sit back and watch content, even if it's only one person that enjoys it, I'm happy. So the idea for me is if I build good software and I just plug it on my website, then people out of serendipity find the website, get that, find the program, get that off the website, and then they associate it with me. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? It has all the solutions you need apart from the code and logic. What does? Sorry, what did you say, Jason? Stack Overflow is a holy grail of solutions. I've been using that ChatGPT, man. That thing is off its guts when trying to find shit. I find myself more and more when I'm trying to Google shit, like just end up in SEO pages that are optimized for you to click on. And then I'm like, oh, fuck it. I'll just ask Chat. And then Chat's like, bang. Oh, because I just did a repair and we're wrapping up. And now I'm 2 minutes over my deadline. You picking up what I'm putting down? What did you say, David? I can't see your chat. I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. Did I say that? Is that why you're saying that? I don't know. 109 in the YouTube. Guys, if you're not subscribed to YouTube, let me remind you. Hang on. Right here. Oh, no, it's the other side. Guys, look, I don't want anything from yous. I appreciate your support at the end of the day. But if you could, when you go to bed tonight, get your mums, your sisters, your brothers, your uncles, your cousins' devices, collect 20 devices, Go find the longest video on my page and just run them views up. Let's get to partnered. Help a brother out. Let's go. Is a YouTube link in bio. Man, look, it says Max right here, bro. Right here, bro. You know what I mean? Do you use Paul Daniel? I do use Paul Daniel's software. It's awesome, man. And like I said, no shade at him, no shade at ZXW. There's just things like that I would like. I've actually spoken to Paul about that feature, and because he uses the functionality of OBDS database or whatever it's called, the thing where you just load in the info, he was like, it's already pretty much there. And I agree, but I feel like you could make it more like layman's, and I'm not going to push it with him and go, no, you've got to do it like this. So I mentioned it, and then he's talented at what he does, so I'll just hopefully wing it and be able to do something as well and see what happens. What type of things do you repair? Do you touch Xbox? Yeah, I'll touch anything. Yeet, yeet, skirt, skirt, skirt. Does TikTok use Wi-Fi? Does TikTok use Wi-Fi? What wasn't, man, that was so ridiculous. I can't lie, when all that shit was going on with TikTok, I was losing my mind. Like, literally so, fuck me, man, just triggered. Just off chops about it. I'm trying to learn, where should I start? Get boards. So I would go look at what people do, like removing caps, FPCs and stuff. Get heaps of boards and practice removing a cap, putting it back on, removing a cap, putting it back on, FPC, etc. And just do it till it's like second nature, till you're running jumpers and the rest of it, and you'll kill it, man. You'll absolutely kill it. I was born too early to have all this. What do you mean? Oh, have all this schematic documentation tool software available for electronics? It does feel like that a bit sometimes, man. But I'm 30, and you look at like the young people coming up today, they don't know anything but net. I was born around CRT tellies with the dial that goes tick, 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 a rotary phone, tapes, to CD, to MP3, to the cloud. So yeah, there's always going to be people, your generation, that missed out, other people that are younger got into it and shit like that, but it is what it is. Can you clean iCloud? I've said that before. Nah. Do you guys reverse engineer the schematics? No, I think I know what you're saying. You pretty much use the schematics to diagnose what's going on. So say, for example, you got a non-booting Mac, you wouldn't look at the schematics about like what produces the display, because you wouldn't worry about a picture without a booting Mac. So you just look at what it needs to turn on and go from there. Does my phone fly when it's in airplane mode? Oh man. I'm going off on so many tangents, but that TikTok shit was crazy. You forgot floppy disk. I wasn't using computers around floppy disk, but they were around when I was younger, obviously. I think maybe in like year 2 or some shit like that. What's your favorite method of finding shorts? I like freeze spray, but I'm about to dunk a bunch of money into a fancy thermal camera, and I reckon that will be pretty lit. Something that's real sensitive, I'll probably find that a lot quicker. But it just comes down to what I'm trying to do. I like thermal cameras. I like using alcohol. I like using touch, sight, ice. All of it's good. It's 2:30. Go to bed. 3 more minutes. I said 2:30, but then it ticked over, and now I'm like, yeah, a couple more minutes. I'm straight to bed. Trust, fam. Born too early, that can't be right. Means you were brought up with it. Yeah, but I knew what he meant. Like, probs cooked. What's probs cooked? Any reason my GPU isn't running 10 frames at all of a sudden? Could be cooked. It could be thermal throttling. Could be real dirty. Kaylin, love you jumping in. How would I recommend start business, micro soldering and repairing? This applies to any business. Don't just go, this is where I want to be, so that's how I want to start. Think, what can I do with what I've got now to get to where I want to go? And then also ask yourself why you want to get there. So I didn't wake up one day and go, man, I just want to go help out Nana with a Wi-Fi printer. But I was a brokey. I had 2K when I quit my job, no debt. And that's how I started the business. And I went, I will do the simple shit, save up capital, invest. I never went, I'll start micro soldering, but I'm mad, ADHD and everything else. So here we are. Content, micro soldering, the rest of it. Just start, plan. You don't have to sit there with a pie chart and like graphs and shit, but don't get caught up in going, this is what I want to do, so how do I start it? You can go, Like me, I want to run so many different types of businesses. I just want to do it all. But if I went, I want, like, literally, I'll just expose myself here. I want a music label. I don't want to be a musician. I want to be a music label because I think the industry's jacked. But if I went, I want to run a music label, and then how would you start that? You need capital. So, and that's not like the be end and end all, but it's just a crazy example of something I want to do. So getting there would be make capital. What's low barrier to entry, capital generating, lucrative business? And the answer for me was IT because I enjoyed it enough, which means I'll do it more than most. That's why it's 240 at the moment, and I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Do you have a Discord channel, bro? No, I've been thinking about doing something like that. Trust, isn't it? Trust, bruv. Isn't it, Sean? Oh, I love it. Absolutely funny. Time to eat the whole phone away. No, we recovered data. Now I'm just been talking shit. I'm rubbing my eyes because I'm mad tired. Ben Lawrence. Getting anywhere with my S22 Ultra. S22 Ben Lawrence. When did I last speak to you, Ben? I'll have to pull up the info, bro, but that is ringing a bell. It's ringing a bell. How do you get schematics? You Google it. You go find the board number and then Google it, and then you'll be able to find it. What's digging? Love your vids. Really appreciate it. I guess you get parts from China. Do they provide little starter packs? No, but if you're after a starter pack, I could like rustle up a little bit for you. Big ups from Northern Ireland. Big ups from Northern Ireland. Love it, Molly and Kyle. S22 Ultra has subboard. Yeah, what about the subboard? It depends what you mean, LJC. How often do you vacuum? I actually don't own a vacuum. I'm a brokey, so I just sweep it all up. Go to sleep, mate. There's another one. I probably should. TBH. I probably should. But I do appreciate you guys hanging in. I want to keep talking, but then it will get mad early and then rip to the goat. It won't happen. I just seen my hairline in the YouTube feedback because there's mad lag behind it, so YouTube takes forever. I'll look at it, I'm like, man, don't do it to me. But I am going to wrap it up there. I'm going to stop talking shit. I'm going to wrap up the live. I appreciate you guys hanging out. I'm just having a quick scan, seeing if I missed anything. I've got 2 iPhone 4S's, and I forgot the passcodes. Yes, I can possibly recover the data out of those, man, with a forgotten passcode. Anything iPhone 7 or lower, I can. I'm out get at 6 o'clock. The mad stream, see you tonight. Mad stream, see you tonight. Oh, that's what you're saying. Sorry, my brain's conking out. Have a good night, mate. Thanks, James. Good night. Everyone's saying good night, which I appreciate. Thanking you. I really do appreciate it. 112. But one more thing, guys. Guys, if you're not, run up the video, man. I don't want to be one of those people, but I am going to be. When you go to sleep tonight, grab all your devices, run up that watch time, get me to partnered. I solemnly swear, you get me to partnered, every single dollar will go into content. I'm investing shit into it, but I need better. Look at this. Literally held up by tape and shit. Webcam. This is the brokey. Doing shit on a budget just to make it happen. Hang on. There we go. Look at it. It's the same camera that I got here. So my point is, run up the YouTube, get me to partnered. Let me take some of that Google money out of Google, and I'll put every single cent into content. Every single cent. So, hang on. Like this. You know what I mean? So we can get rid of mirrored shit. What? Rid of mirrored shit? Be the people. Be the people? Later, dude. What do you mean, be the people? Anyway, I'm gonna keep doing this, and I'll never stop. I deserve it. I appreciate it. I wouldn't be here. It sounds so corny. I wouldn't be here without you guys, and I really mean it. I don't care how cliche it is. Run up their YouTube. Run it up. Tap that screen. No, I'm going to stop. I'm going to actually stop. Good night, guys. I'm wrapping it up here. Love yous. Honestly, really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to stream again tomorrow night. I'm going to make some content in the morning, but I'm going to bed now, so I can smash it out for you guys and for the customers and for Jessica and for everyone else tomorrow. Are we lit? Is that good? Subscribing to YouTube now. Smash subscribe. Not bro. Appreciate you guys. Wrapping it up there. Thanking you again. I mean it. Like, really mean it. Appreciate it. Oh, I just paused because I thought I cancelled both of them, and then I see YouTube still going. Sorry about that, guys. To you guys, appreciate yous. Means a lot. There's so much lag between YouTube. I'm literally behind by like a minute or something like that. Maybe even more. I don't know. It's so behind. I'll just quickly flick through these. It did finish, but you can watch it on demand, Jake. You can flick back and go have a gander that way. Do you reverse? I read that one. Kaylin, I read that one. Ben, a few months ago. I'm leaving a note right now for that, Ben. Ben Lawrence. Give me a sec. Ben Lawrence. A few months ago, S20. Ben Lawrence. Ben Lawrence. Oh, no, you fella. Sorry, man. I deal with so many people. I knew I recognize it. Fella from, yeah, no, 100%. There's something that I'm waiting on there for. Hang on. And my note is there, but I need to refer to something else. I'm still going to mark you as tomorrow. I'll follow up on it. And then if you are waiting for something, I'll get back to you. But it looks like on my end, what I can see here, that I've touched base with you. So if I haven't, soz. But if I have, lit. If you've been just a few months ago. I remember we spoke on WhatsApp. Oh my God. Sorry, I just hit the mic. Don't mean to make you guys peak. Appreciate the subs. Appreciate you guys' support. The kept on tape. What about the kept on tape? I'm going to wrap it up there, but you guys are G's, the real ones. Thanking you so much. I don't have anything else to say. I feel like I'm shagged now. Time for bed. All sub. Thanks, Dave. Honestly, man. You guys are the real ones. I can't believe that. That was hectic. I have a lot of fun doing that. That's dope. Honestly, really do appreciate it. But I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks so much. Till next time, tomorrow. We're going to do it tomorrow. Let's go. Night, guys.